thank God for each and every one of you guys for being here. And want to say salutations to my Madrina, to my Padrino, to my Oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, and Palo. On this Sunday, as above, so below, we're talking about sun energy, which is ruled by Leo, which is ruled in the heart. And I have been very transparent with many of you guys when it comes to the things that I'm going through right now. I think I am dealing with the variants of this COVID out here, and so therefore I am very thankful for the God has given me the strength to be up here. But I want many of you guys, as you follow us and subscribe to us, to understand what it is to be first partaker of the fruit. I have been burning the healing incense. We've had some people get healed. I had some oil that I gave to Mr. Mario that I've been using on my own body, and so therefore I'm strengthening myself. And what I won't do on today is push myself to hurt myself. But I am getting things done. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys that continue to support us. Let's give God a round of applause for that. I want to give Sister Monique an opportunity to come up and as a Cancerian woman to express not only where we're headed with our platform and with Paulo and the Orishas, but I have been working with Babylou Aye, not only for myself, but some other people that are going through some medical situations. And then after that, I want Mother Susan as a mother of the church and somebody that has been watching me go through these situations and circumstances and how I have pressed myself and pushed myself because of the lack of support. And so when I tell many of you guys, thank you so much for your support, that you will have a better understanding why I'm saying that. Because a lot of times people say, oh, thank you. No, you need to understand that if a lot of you were not obedient to spirit, that a lot of things I wouldn't be able to accomplish. Come on here, somebody. And I want to acknowledge that, and I want to acknowledge your hands, that many of you guys have been obedient, whether it's been Edwin talking to you, whether it's been Arisha or Loa, or whether it's just been the spirit of your mind that was allowing you to be a support to Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. I have overcome so many things as a 51-year-old. Those that do not know me, I have been doing magic since I was a child. I have never been a sickly individual other than when I was a baby having spinal meningitis. But my mom did not spend a lot of time in the hospital with me, and as a grown adult, I healed. My wife used to call me Wolverine. She said, I ain't never seen nobody heal like you heal. So I've never been a sickly person, but a lot of the trials that I have been going through, receiving Babylou Aye, being crowned, and then receiving Kubiende. And these both deal with dealing with the God of sickness and the God of death. And so in order to be in a place as a Satyrian, I have to experience certain things, even though God is bringing me out, and swiftly that the Lord is bringing me out of my ancestors. But I wanted opportunity for you guys to hear from Sister Monique, which is a Cancerian woman, and then you're going to hear after her Mother Susan, which is a Gemini woman on our platform. She's seen a lot, she's heard a lot, and I want to be fair, and I'm going to express why I want Mother Susan. I have a biological mother that had to watch me go through a lot of stuff, and she herself did not want me to be out here doing what I'm doing, because as a parent, to watch your child get treated a certain type of way, as a parent, to watch your child have to go through certain things, and especially where God was taking me, it's very hard on a parent to deal with those things and how people interact with me. And Mother Susan is a mother of our church, and she is not only mother me, the chief apostle, but she's also mother Minister Mario. And she had to hear a lot, she had to see a lot, and a lot of times she doesn't have an opportunity to express that, because our viewers and the people that support our channel, they're not here. And so when I tell you that I'm taking hits, when I tell you that I'm making sacrifices to bring victory, a lot of times she's right in the midst in real time, while I'm on my job, while I'm at home in real time, seeing some of the things that I'm dealing with. Because when you see me up, I'm up in the spirit and anointing is moving, and you don't get to see behind the scenes. I tell you about it, but I want you to hear from a mother figure for me in this ministry. And some of the things that I think is important that will help many of you guys understand how devoted, how committed, and how dedicated I really am to many of your successes, your breakthroughs, and what it really takes to be a real vessel, and how to be a man in these spiritual streets. And from so many women have been disappointed for the neglect that men have done, especially in the church realm, and the abuse and the of power, and just not being a man of his word. And so I wanted to give her that opportunity. We have talked about it, and I want to give her an opportunity to express herself as the mother of this ministry and the mother of our platform. I want to say thank you, Sister Monique, Sister Tree, for being with me yesterday. I went through a slight vertigo, and just as quickly as it went out, but I am still overcoming in honor of Baba Luaye of giving me the strength to continue my journey and to do the things. But I say to all of you on the platform, if you never had a man to love you and to really want to see you make it, and not being afraid to get on the forefront, and not allowing anything to stop him from doing and keeping his word, I commit myself to God and to what God has called me to do. So I know that many of you say, oh, Apostle, I understand. No, you really don't understand what I'm sacrificing for many of you. But you're going to hear some things today, not just from my mouth, but also from Sister Monique and then Mother Susan. Come on, give God a hand, please.
And I'm actually thankful for this opportunity. I know many of you, you've been supporting Apostolic Faith for a very long time, but have not been able or have had the blessing to come behind the scenes. A few of you have been able to come and see that, but you don't really understand, okay? And before I give you my perspective in what it is, right? I want to say you can't understand the purpose unless you understand the journey. I'm going to say that again. You can't understand the purpose. You can't understand the purpose unless you understand the journey. I want you all to understand the reason Apostle is doing this, okay? He's not receiving the Ankeses. He's not being crowned twice in 1 year for himself, okay? This wasn't even his asking. This is a journey that he's taken for melanated people, okay? He's trying to get us to come to a place of understanding, to recognize where we are. Apostle doesn't have to do this. If Apostle decided to retire on a beach for the rest of his life and never do any healing again, he's already got a place prepared for him. When you watch and you see, he's received Oya, Aya O, Baba Luaye, Obiende, Sarabanda, and you see all these things, and you see him in real time physically going through this stuff. You may be witnessing him receiving certain Ankeses now, but Apostle has been doing this since he's been a child. So he's not guessing. But most importantly, what I need you to understand is, it's not easy seeing your leader go through as far as his body, seeing multiple attacks come upon him, when he's simply just trying to help our melanated people. When he's really out here healing, he's really out here delivering, he's really out here healing the sick, he's removing burdens. and you see people attack and constantly go after him, that's not a good feeling. This man not only works full time at a real job, he's not sitting behind a desk. He's not picking up trash on the side of the street, and not to anybody, because I sit behind the desk. But he's doing a physical job, physical labor. And he's been doing this for 30 years. I remember a little bit while ago, I had to stop him. I said, you can't just bypass it. Everybody knows Apostle's a 51-year-old man, but he's been at UPS for 30 years. And he just, one day, just nonchalantly said that like it was nothing. You know, he said, I've been at my job 30 years. And he went on to the next set, and I had to stop. Even though he don't like that, don't try that at home. I had to stop him. I said, no, sir, you can't just bypass it. You're 51 years old. You've been on your job for 30 years. Let's celebrate him. Sit in there. Sit in there for him. And he's like that with everything he does. And this is why it's so important for him. Even though he recognizes the women, we had a conversation here before church, and this is what I'm saying, you don't get to see behind the scenes, and hopefully you all will. When you come, you get to see what we do, what we talk about, what we discuss. We have this personal time, personal attention. And we had a conversation. It was really more of a debate, because we all got to express how we felt, and he was just trying to simply let us know how he felt about the men. And he's like, look, I know y'all there. I know the women are there, but I need men. Most of you all, including myself as a cancer woman, I'm used to men disappointing. I'm used to men not showing up. I'm not ashamed to say that, because most of the melanated women can relate to me that's on this platform right now. But he said, what I really, really was hoping was that the men came through and overshadowed. See, when my brother was here, Minister Mario, we didn't lack men in this ministry, because what a man or anybody else outside of him or the apostle didn't do, they picked up the pieces, and we became used to that. That's not right? It's not fair. But when my brother was here, it was just everything was instant. Now that he's not here in the physical, because he's very much here in the spiritual, it's a certain aspect that us as women in general look up to you for. We see our leader doing so much. We see him working every day. Believe it or not, some of you guys don't even know the half of it. Like, he's getting overheated. He's over-exhilarating himself. He's working constantly. He comes home from work. He's going to the woods. He's going to the water. He's going to the graveyard. And he's still manifesting for us. This is a constant thing. This is every day. And don't dare say anything to him, but he don't bite your head. He don't like what he told me to do. And I'm a Cancer woman, and I have a very motherly energy. But he does this constantly. And every time we turn around, it's a woman with a cash in it. Here go lunch. Here go gas. Or how you doing? It's never the men. And not taking away Bo, Demetrius, Ryan, Chris, all of you guys, everybody, we're not taking away from that, but we're just saying in general, as much as he has done for the ministry, to see the lack of men in the physical here, okay, we're not so much talking about you guys online, to not show up. So that was what our debate was about this morning, because we're like, well, you got us, he's like, well, that's not the point. I know I have you, but I appreciate you, and I don't want to make you feel like I don't appreciate you. But this is why you feel the way you feel about men. This is why my job was so hard to show you that I was really here for you. And I get it. But I want you to understand, when this man is taking out his time, his energy to teach, when this man is taking out his time and energy to make you a package, when this man is taking out his time and energy to bring you a consultation, to give you a reading, he's not guessing. He's not guessing. He is sacrificing all of this for us. It's not for himself. It's not to gain power. It's not to say I'm bad and he's been bad since a child. He's been bad. He's been that guy. Okay? to understand that he's doing this for us. He's doing this for you. He's doing this for the melanated people. He really, truly must change. It's been a long time coming. Why do you think he's rooting for Kamala Harris? People say, oh, she's not black, she's not white. But he's teaching you every day. He was just talking about the gene, the dominant gene the other night, if you were paying attention. Everything that we go through is a lesson on YouTube from Chief that we can go to get through it. I just want you to be understanding. I know people are like, when you put your orders in, I have the opportunity and I'm blessed to kind of be on the other side of things, doing the website and certain things. I'm able to kind of learn a little bit more than others and not just go by what we hear. I'm able to read and study and that's a blessing for me. But I'm also able to see some of your orders and have Apostle prepare that for you, or he prepares that for you. But I hear a lot, oh, Apostle, don't worry about it. When he's telling you, my body's going to feel, I'm going to chill for the next couple of weekends, and I'm just going to get some rest. And everybody's like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we understand. But then you text them, when's my consultation? What about my ancestors? And you're not seeing what he's truly experiencing. If this man is working for you and he's in your corner, he's told you it's going to be all right, and he's told you I got you, don't worry about the when and the how. You just need to understand that it's getting done. And if you're part of this ministry, you're going to learn how he moves, you're going to learn, you're going to understand why he does things and the way he does things. But at this point, you should not question. You should not question his word. You should not question if he's getting work done for you. You should not question where you're going. Because if you're truly involved in this ministry, whether you're online or in the physical, you already know the answer. You got the answer. You know you're taking care of. And I want to say to the supporters, I don't want any of you to feel like you're being left out, or he recognizes all of you. When you put super chats in there, whether it's $1.99, whether it's $1, when you're sending donations on the website, whether it's $20, when you're saying, you're sending him during the day when he's at UPS and you're saying, here's, parse yourself, here's something to drink. But when you're saying Cash App Stormies, Keisha's, I'm telling you, he really loves you guys. He talks about you guys off camera. He just doesn't say that when he's on camera. He appreciates all of you, and that gives him the fire to keep going, because he's doing it for y'all. He's doing it for us. He's not doing this for himself. He would have never even gotten into this particular thing if it hadn't been for Minister Warrior. Honestly, he was just there to heal him. But everything works out for a reason. This was his purpose. He's recently talked about trembling in his legs while he's at work. Well, if you know anything about Kubiende or Babaluaye, Kubiende is depicted as an older man who walks with a cane, and he trembles at the legs. These are symptoms that he's been experiencing. You know anything about Babaluaye with sores? Everybody knows the apostle really got the most beautiful chocolate, smooth skin. Experiencing sores and stuff on his skin. But these are things that he has to go through. And he's not complaining. He ain't complaining about nothing. And he's going through it happily. Because you know why? He understands the purpose. He understands the purpose. And he's a living sacrifice. And he's a willing living sacrifice. And I just need you guys to understand it. So as a cancer woman, I'm here today not only because my Edmonds led me here, because this man has built trust with me. And when I say I'm just not a Cancer and moon, I'm a Cancer. Rising Libra. You don't know is Libra, okay? And I'm talking about I got many Cancer placements. I don't trust easily. I've been broken. Let me story. It took a long time. It took years for me to really even trust him. I can't picture my life without him. So when I see him going through, when I see him working so hard, and it's for everyone else, praying for him, I promise, just let's step it up a little bit more. We can always do a little bit more. But that's all I really want to say. I just want to thank our leader, and I just want you guys to understand what he actually goes through. All right? Thank you guys.
I want to say thank you to Sister Monique. I was supposed to be in the back resting, but I've been crying. Because they have to see a lot. There's this tree is here too, but I don't want to come on camera right now. But when you have to see somebody going through this, a lot of times people put on fronts on social media. But when I tell you, especially when I look over and I see Oshun Monterey, and I really got that, you know, thinking that it was going to really help black, gay men, and bisexual men, and gay women, melanated people, not only just for the financial aspect, but just the protection. A lot of things that I'm trying to get because I have that favor with my padrino, and he has that access and he trusts me to have that. And so I want to also, guys, to give Mother Susan, Mother of the church, an opportunity. I want to say this as she comes up there, but I love Mother Susan. Yes. Mother Susan gets on my nerves, but she means well, and she'll say, I know you don't want to hear this, but possibly you really need to get some rest. And it hurts me because I know how my mom feels. And I know it's not easy for her to watch me go through this, but I want her to know that I trust her when I'm vulnerable, you know, when I'm not feeling my best. And I know it's not easy. And so I want to give you this time to express as the mother of the church and the mother that you have been to me after Minister Mario passed, you know. And I tell her a lot of stuff, and some things I don't tell her. But it weighs on her because she has to watch this. And I don't want any of you guys to get involved in spirituality and just see the glory part of it and just seeing the things, it look pretty and all that, but it's other stuff that be going on. And so my body has to go through this. Babalu Aye is a powerful Orisha, a Loa, and a Pumba. And when I received Kobe and Day, I never faked with nobody. I've never felt that much power. But a part of that is I have to go through these physical things. And it is hard. Only thing I told her, I said, I'm not in pain. I said, but it is hard. Because I still have to work. I still have to do a lot of stuff. And then lately I've been having a hard time breathing. And so I can only go so far. And then I told her, I said, but I'm able to get up. I sung today. You know, a lot of people going through this can't. Sister Tree just told us a young lady that got the variant, she's on a ventilator. So I want her to be able to come because I feel like, I know y'all guys trust me, but you need to see other people in the ATRs, and she's not an initiate, but she's somebody that watches the things that I go through, and she's on the phone with me a lot of times. Because I don't lie to her, I keep her abreast about what's going on with me, even though I have come out of many of these things very quickly. And so I wanted to give her an opportunity. Let's put your hands together for Mother Susan, Mother of our church.
Hello, everyone. Blessings to you all. We've just heard all the things, some of the things, the accomplishments that Apostle has, that he's received. All those good things that he carries. But I want to speak to you about some of the things that he's going through that I know easy. Some of the things that I know he wouldn't have to go through. This is a man that reaches out to each and every last one of us. This is a man that's there for you when you sleep, when you woke, just thinking about you. Just laying hands out to you. This is a man that needs, our apostle needs, the support. See, I know by watching him every day, I know that if there was more support, that's not saying that he ain't got to do. I'm not taking that from him, what he got to do. But I know that it could be much easier. It could be much easier. I speak to Pastor on the phone every day, and I don't get off that phone. That's when he's on his job. And I can hear it in his voice. Sometimes he's slurring his words. It seems like I'm like, Apostle, what are you saying? I know he's tired. I know he's beat. I know he cannot do some of this, and he has been by himself. And I know that some of our men, I'm asking you, and I'm asking you, we've got to support him even more.
Yes, come on.
I watched him. I'm on the phone with him, and I refuse, like I said, to get off. I'm on the phone with him from Monday to Sunday, but from Monday to Friday, hours, because I refuse to get off. I don't care if I just hear him breathe. I got to be there. When he's going in air-conditioned places, he's the only man that I know not feeling well and laying down on the floor. This is a man that you see when he's doing his live. You don't know what he went through that day. He tell you that I just didn't have a good day today. I wasn't feeling quite well today. But you don't know what he had to go through, just not feeling well. Here's a man that sits there in that hot truck. I watch him get bags and bags of ice that he's got to place on his head and his neck. I watch him sitting there with a whole truckload of whatever it is he's got to deliver and walking in air only for a minute. Walking into the stores, laying on the floor when somebody has to get him ice or whatever it is, water. This is a man that I am watching, and I know some of these things he would not have to go through if some of us would step up even more. This is a time that he really actually needs his men even more.
Yes. Come on.
When he's driving back and forth on weekends, he does not accept the women's help. The average woman is married, and you know I can't drive. I have it. Both of you depended on me. We'd probably be in the river somewhere before. Now, that's just the honest truth. We would be in the river, and he know we would be in the river. He went out with me driving a couple of years ago from my house halfway to the church. He had every kind of protection put in his SUV. He had all the crystals, and I didn't even think nothing of it. It was my driving. He wasn't getting up in there. He had to call in all troops because I was behind the wheel from Titus wheel, and I only got as far as Coco. So you know I'm no good for him driving. That's if you want to see me. Now, we got men that are not working. I'm asking you. I'm begging you. I am. Apostle needs you. He needs your support. He needs your support on the weekends.
Yes.
And I'm asking the men that can even do more. He needs your support. If you don't want to hear these types of stories, that this man, and it may be any given day of the week, that he is laying down on somebody's floor while I'm on the phone. It takes all I have not to fall apart. Because I got to be strong for him. But it ain't easy. I'm telling you, I'm on the vaccine. I'm watching this. I am talking to him. And after a few minutes, I'm like, Apostle, are you okay? Yeah, I just got to, whatever, Mike. Just give me a minute, Mother Susan. So I sit there quietly, not patiently, quietly, because I know what I'm going through. And I know some of these things, and I shall say again, that I know he would not have to go through if our men, our people, step up just a little more. Just give it your heart. When you're giving that heart, you're not counting the dollars. You're counting that heart. To see that heart is going in your hand, and that's going in his hand. And that's making sure if he has a certain day that he's not feeling well, he can actually call off. But he can't do that now. He's got everything on him. There's no more Minister Mario in the flesh. He needs his men. Today is Sunday, and I know he does not feel good, and he's right in church. Right here in church. If everybody that's on this platform, how many pastors do you know that is sick, not feeling good, and show up in church and do a sermon? Not nary one, because I don't care who he got standing up there, he ain't there. He gonna go home, he gonna take care of himself. Somebody, his wife, gonna take care of him. Somebody gonna take care of him. And if he ain't got nobody there, he's going to lay down and get the rest that he needs. Not our apostle. Not our apostle that gives us everything that we need. We got to start giving back. See, we got to start giving back. We can't count the money that we're giving for something for us. I'm not talking about what he's already doing for you. What can you do for him? Make his journey easier. These are the things that can make life journey for Apostle so much easier. I know he wouldn't have them days where he's falling out. I know he wouldn't have to go to work when he's sick and he's stopping and he's got to whatever. I know those days he would not have those days every day. You make it easier for him to have these types of days. You know why? Because the less support. That's all I'm asking. I don't like to see him like this, and even when he's like this, he gonna get right on that platform almost each and every night, no matter what. And he gonna speak, he gonna preach, he gonna work right through it. I'm asking you people, please, our men, please show a little more support. Show a little more support in your finances. Show a little more support when you know he's on his way out of town. Show a little more support when you know he's on his way to work and you know he ain't feeling good. And we ain't talking about just lunch. That's a good thing. Nice. A lunch and a dinner. I'm talking about support. I'm talking about just stick right deep down inside of there in that heart, honey, and bring God's gift that he has given to you. I'm asking you to please, what I see every day is not. It's not a good thing. It is not a good thing in all that I can speak about. It's not good. Every time I turn around, ice, and he's hot, and he's exhausted, and he's tired, and he's sleepy. And not only does he not feel good, he goes to sleep behind the wheel. Why do you think he goes to sleep behind the wheel? See, ain't no need to say Apostle drive safely. Apostle, be careful. We got to step up even more. We've got to make part of this so much easier for our apostle. We love him. We got to support him. We got to show him. We got to prove to him that we are here today. We are here today. We're not even going to think about where we was yesterday. But we're here today. God gives us breath. We're going to be here tomorrow. That's how I want you to look at our apostle. You may not be on that other line with him. You may not be here to see some of the things that I've had to witness. I'm telling you, it's not a pretty sight. It is not a pretty sight. And I'm just asking you, I am as mother of the church. I'm asking you, please reach out. Please, let's support our apostle.
Yes.
Our men, please.
Yes.
I'm begging you, please step up and make whatever journey he's going through some things that he wouldn't even have to think about it. How he's going to think. Because he's had enough rest. Because you've been sent the support. You're going to be right there with him. If you can drive, you're going to drive. If you're going to do whatever he needs you to do, and you all know what he needs. We all know what he needs because we watch him. We watch this man go through every day. Every day. 7 days a week, I watch him. So I know if I'm watching him, you're watching him. All I'm asking you is to give him your heart. Reach out to him. Because he has reached out to all of us and still reaching out even when he ain't feeling good. Whatever work he's doing for you, he never stops. He don't put that on the back burner and say, you know what, I just don't feel good and, you know, I'm going to just do this next week. No, he's right there for you. We got to show our concern, our love for this man that has loved us. Please, I'm asking you, I'm begging you, please support our apostle, Lord. Amen, please. I am begging you, I am asking you, please step out for our apostle. Thank you.
Let's give God a hand of praise. I want to say I'm going to be coming from Matthew the 7th chapter, the 11th verse. And I want to say my gift to melanated women all around this globe is that there are men out here that care about your safety, your well-being. You understanding that if you did not grow up with a man resolving your issues, normally most women grew up when a man calls me my issue.
Amen. Come on now.
And when I tell Demetrius and Bo and Ryan, Darius and different other men that do what they do for me, how much I appreciate them, because lately it is, and I don't want to undermine my Natashas, my Mirandas, my Trees, my Moniques, my Shamaris. I was so proud of you. I was so proud of Shamari, because I know what she's going through, and I got Keisha out there, and I got my baby Stormy out there. These are young girls and young women out there. Some of them mothers and some of them aunties, and all when they look around, is their mama coming for them, is their sister coming for them, not their brother. And I had one of my babies call me, and her sister child was going through. Your sister child got a dad. Come on, somebody.
Okay. Yes, come on.
When my kids going through, I know how to get a prayer through.
Come on now. Yes, sir.
My children don't have to call their mama. They don't have to call their grandma. My children are going through financially. They can call their daddy. My sister could turn to her brother. My niece, my nephews, they call their uncle. I don't understand how men can walk around here talking about you want to be the head of a household. But I don't care if you practice Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, and Congo. And you see these women out here sacrificing. And some of you guys had already told me you don't want your name mentioned, but I'm going to tell you something. I thank God for how many of you guys believe in what I'm doing out here.
Yes. Come on. Man.
And I would call Mother Susan, and I was like, the money came through. And she was like, but it was a woman. When I said, yes. And I started crying. It's a Monique. It's a Tree Rhonda.
Yes.
It's a Cal.
Yes.
It don't make me feel good as a man of God. I had an uncle, I was going through something, and my mom has been there for her family. My mom has sacrificed so much for her family. But when her child was going through, you told him good luck. But when you were going through and your mama died, she didn't tell you good luck. The nerve of black men. So yes, I'm tired. But so was my mother. So was my grandmother. So was my aunties. And they still got up. I was telling Mother Susan, it bothers me so bad how these men, all you think about is what you want, but there's so much going on out here. There's so many children are going astray, so many children in prison. But how many times have you lit a candle?
Come on now. Come on.
I have sacrificed so much to be a part of this Arisha family. And when my baby called me and talking about her sister kid, and I was like, I was already in a financial situation. But because of her, I made that sacrifice. Because I'm tired of black women have to do whatever they got to do. Whether they got it or don't got it. You know how many mothers, sisters, aunties get up not feeling good. Mothers are dying knowing they weren't feeling good, but trying to keep a roof over somebody's head. Praying when they should be sleeping. They're spiritual. That's why I deal with predominantly women. It's that woman making sure that child get through college. That child calling back home, this done happened. She making them sacrifices. Yes, I am a powerful man of God, but I have to hear your stories. I I feel your pain. I watch you sacrifice because I can see for real. I just told some of my members I knew what condition they were in. And I said, no, I'm not going to allow you to do that. Mother Susan on a fixed income. I got people I have put in position. I'm not saying, one thing about Chief Apostle, I would never ask something of you that you did not have. And I would never require something that I did not put you in position for. You have no problem, absolutely no problem, allowing these women to make these sacrifices. And when I got off the phone with Mother Susan, I cried because this woman is on a fixed income and thought so much of me. They said, Pastor, I'll give you my mortgage money. Knowing she can't afford that. When I got Negroes around here, you got money. It's sad. And you want all this respect. But every goal that I've hit, and I've hit some tremendous goals, but it has been my mothers and my sisters and those young women and mothers and grandmothers. I told Mother Susan how Stormy grandmother, remember when we did the offering for her? She sitting there back, she said, I love what you're doing for my granddaughter. I was calling myself to be a blessing to her. She said, no. She said, when I look at my granddaughter and what she's become, she said that, isn't that, but that's, where are the grandfathers? Where are the fathers? Where's the uncles? Where are the cousins? I have all your stories in my heart. And when my baby Scorpio was on the phone crying and she was upset about the situation, what was I going to do but do what I got to do? Isn't it good to be able to turn to a man and get some comfort? Yes. Every time you turn around, you going through something, it's your sister, it's your brother, it's your mom. And then when he turned around, he's like, where's my respect? Nick. Come on. Out the window. Sharonda got into it with her father. And he was asking her for this and asking her for that. But when she going through relationships, you not there, I am. When she making bad decisions, ain't no, you not getting on her, I am. I'm arguing with her. I'm tolerating her. She not costing you, she costing me. But when Father Day come around, you act like, it should be an honor to be a father, a brother, a cousin, a man. And I was telling Sister Monique, and I was trying to get her to understand. I said, Monique, I have too many people that trust in me. I have too many people counting on me. I can't do that. And I'm not going to endanger you or anybody else until you in position. And that's what men do. If it was good enough, I did not even know until my grandmother passed that she would have a pacemaker put in. Because let me tell you something about women that I watch. I watched my mama do it. I watched my grandma do it. They cried, but they got up. They didn't know which way to go, but they made a way. And every time we thought she was okay because she got up. Every time a woman gets up, it's not because she feels good. Every time a woman gets up and make a move and send you some money, ain't because she got it. She done sacrificed something. Come on here, somebody. You don't know what she did to make sure you okay. And then you lay up with a nigga that don't think much of you. Come on here, somebody. Huh? The reason you got a roof over your head, because she made sure. You don't know what she's done sacrifice and jeopardize. I watch this. I'm 51 years of age. I'm tired of hearing it. Right now, if somebody's in trouble in their household and they come to me, it's going to be a woman. It's going to be a mother. It's going to be a grandmother. It's going to be a sister. It's going to be a cousin. But she's fighting.
Say it.
She don't know if she's doing it right. She don't know if she's doing it wrong. But she's doing it for you.
Yes. Say it now. Come on.
What got me up this morning? Love got me up this morning.
Yes.
What got me standing behind this pulpit? Love got me standing behind this pulpit.
Say it. Say it.
When I worry about you, it's not because of what I'm getting out of you. Half of the arguments that I got with Trewanda is because I know the men she has had in her life, if something happens to her, they're not going to be there for her. And I don't like it.
True.
Because she'll sacrifice for them, but they will not do it for her. And if I'm going to be her father, why would I be happy?
Come on now. That's right. True. True.
And that's why I said I can't get down. Because there's too many of you guys counting on me. And my grandmother got out that day. And my mom came back and told me what happened because I was still young. When my grandma passed, I was 18. I just turned 18. So I was still 17 when it happened. And my mother came home with the tears in her eyes. And she said, her mom was laying on that operating, getting ready for surgery. And Mother Susan, she said, Mama, are you okay? My mom named Debbie, she said, Debbie, I'm hurt, Mama. When I hear you, I think about my grandmother. When I put my body on that altar for you, because I was not operating in healing power when my grandma was going there. Because the first time my mom asked her how she felt, she told me she was all right. And she said, Mama, how you feel? She said, I'm hurting all over. You don't know what these black women are going through out here, taking risks, forging things, and why you laugh because she got charges on her. But how many charges your daddy got on him? How many bodies that she done laid down and had men she didn't want to make sure you had something? You could not bear her testimony.
Come on, Lord. Yes, God. Yes. Come on.
I watched my mother go through an accident trying to defend her family. And when she got down, they turned their backs on her. I tolerate a lot of stuff about my mother because I know what she went through. I know what she sacrificed. And I told Mother Susan, I told my mom and I told my girl, I am not going to be like you. And I found myself, I told my mom. And I found myself sacrificing for people. I want y'all to know that this is real over here. And I feel your heart. And I'm trying to get in position. This is a big deal. This is not about money. But the next time you laugh and you pick at a black woman, think about what she as a sister or mother done sacrificed in order for you to eat. Why do you think Tupac was out there slinging dope? Because he got tired of watching his mama suffer, get evicted. Don't tell a young man he doing wrong when he watching his mama cry trying to figure out what she gonna eat.
Come on.
He gonna do, a real man gonna do what he got to do.
Right.
When he was rapping because he knew his mom was on drugs.
Yeah.
Because being a mother ain't got nothing to do with being able to cross every T and dot every I. But when his daddy walked off, his mama was still there cracking on.
Yes.
This is very hard for me. But there are mothers out there in prison because they done made choices. And you got the nerve to look down on them. There's mothers going through in their body ailments because they have done things and taken chances with their body that they knew better. But because they needed what they needed for you. Some of you could never have a real conversation and sit there and listen. So when I stand up here today and I preach this gospel, it is behind the strength of black women. It is for the honor of black women. It is for the dedication of every man that understands the glory of a woman. Every time we go through civil unrest, it is black women that are out there voting. Educated, uneducated, healthy, unhealthy. Catching rides, busing people, carpooling, ordering pizza, doing whatever they got to do for a better life. So, sir, when you sit on your ass and don't vote for that black woman to go into that presidential office, think about how many women's blood, how many women were beaten, water hose, trying to give you a better opportunity. Come on here, somebody. When you look at any powerful man out there, I promise you, you're going to see black women.
Come on now. Yes.
And they ain't got to never be perfect. They don't have to be.
Yes, sir.
One thing I know about Mother Susan, I say that I be teasing her and stuff like that. Mother Susan do get on my nerves. She think her superpower is annoying. But I know she loves me. Come on, somebody. I know it's coming from a good place. Huh? And I tell you, and I tell her, I said, Mother Susan, I have them up. Because I ain't going to let nobody. My mama sacrificed too much for me. And we still to this day do not see eye to eye together. But she would do. But Mother Susan has been there, y'all. All times of night through some of these hardest emotional times. I'm not an emotional man, but it's hard. And I don't have Nurse Mario here to count on. And she would tell me, she said, there's no way that Mario would have let you go up and down the road. Even when he wasn't feeling good. He'd tell her, pack his bag, me and Mother Susan going. You're not going down that road by yourself. That's why I got so much love and respect for him. When you were out here arguing and fussing and fighting, that man was catching, chit-chat, and helping me bring this stuff home. It's sad. And she told me, Mother Susan, she said, Apostle, it's sad. It's sad that you can't look around and find these men. And I can't, I feel like, I said, I feel how these women feel. You so nervous, you can't put all your eggs in his basket because he'll get upset and he'll stop. But a woman get upset, she still got to take care of them kids. She might have to go outside and hit her joint and read her Bible. But she still got to go back in there and face all that. See, you get to go off and start another family and play hero. You get to go out there and be called wonderful. And I made this thing, and I said this, and I told my mom this, and I told my sister this. I said, I'd rather be a zero in the world and be a hero at home than to be a hero in the world and be a zero at home.
Come on now.
Huh? When my sons get in trouble, it's daddy. I take a lot of pride in that.
That's right.
And do I always have the money? No. Do I make sacrifices? Yes. But so did their mothers. And it's time out for men doing just enough or not enough. And wanting credit and kudos for what you were supposed to do. As they say, you don't get milk and cookies for what you're supposed to do. Matthew, the 7th chapter, verse 11. I've literally had to stop the women in my church from doing certain things because they're so accustomed to doing it at home. And that's not a good thing. When a woman feels like she got to protect herself, I want the men to feel protected around me. I went and got Osun Mare because I was thinking about black, melanated, gay men and women. I want you to have a better life. Before I leave here, I want to bring glory back to black men. That you can have at least a thought and say, you know what? I had a man in my life that loved me. For me.
Come on now.
Come on here. False
Yes.
thoughts and all.
Yes.
I want young men that have been abused and neglected by their father to say, you know what? Chief Apostle loved me for me. I felt like a whole man when I was around him. I want that. Thank you. My subject on today is the options I give in these spiritual streets. Matthew 7, verse 11. It said, if ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask of him? I want y'all to understand that my goal is to give options. The reason I drop knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to you young and old is to give you options. Options give you an opportunity to make better decisions. A lot of the things that you see people out here doing is because they don't have options. Because if they had those options, they would choose better. The reason why I can get out here and work a job at United Parcel Service and sacrifice the way I did because my grandmother and people in my family were selling dope. Oh, I'm going to talk about it. You don't know what it took for you to get them options. The reason why I could be the type of man I am because I was given options. But somebody that being evil, then being depicted by society as evil, not right, not holy, not clean, gave you options. My uncles went to prison so I didn't have to go. They gave me options. When I get up and fight, I'm talking about all of the people that went beyond me, that gave me options, Mother Susan. When I preach and I teach and I get out here and show and display my gifts, it's because I was given options. The reason why I can pick and choose, because I was given options. But what about all my brothers and sisters out there that had to do what they had to do? All of you niggas out here talking about PD. How dare you? Who can't walk around here and talk about some bullshit that we done did? That we knew wasn't right. And we still got up and did what we had to do. Huh? My grandmother and my family sacrifice gave me options. And I have been out here trying to give my people options. So you don't have to take that medicine. There's a candle. There's a conjure that you don't have to sacrifice your light bill money. Give it to a church that can't give back to you. I'm trying to give you options. But in them options comes sacrifice. I can't give you an option unless I go on the altar. Because the option you had, somebody paid for it. Somebody gave up for it. If your man being evil can give good gifts to his children. Donald Trump might be nasty to everybody else, but he good to his kids. He good to his grandkids. Even Hillary Clinton, as an opponent, they asked her a question. Can you say anything good about Donald Trump? And that Scorpio, as a mother, said, look at his kids. He gave them options. Because I don't care how dirty you are, we can respect when you out there doing that for your children. Because if you have never lived in a household where people made sacrifices to give you options, things that you're going through, you shouldn't be going through because you were given options. You were given opportunities. When I look at my Natasha Foster and I'm thinking about their sacrifice, giving her daughter options. When I think about my Karen O'Brien's out there. When I think about my love, my Taurus and different ones. Because a lot of people are doing things because they don't have options. Their mothers did not have options. They were doing what they felt they had to do. And so therefore you need magic for people that are out here doing what they got to do to get on their feet. And then you got to have magic for those that got options. And we got too many black melanated men and women like that that don't have options. So they need conjure while they doing what they got to do. Trying to get through another week, another month, another situation or circumstance. The power of my ministry is repair the breach. Giving options to people that were not given options. And I want every young woman, if your mother is in your life, she's not perfect. You have found fault in her, but the average black young lady is all she got is her mother. And we got to change that.
Yes.
She has never called me and told me she got money from my daddy, but she done called me and said she got money from my mama.
I did. Yeah.
She done called me and told me she got money from her brother, her eldest brother. She had to jump past her father. My job is not done until this changes.
Yes.
Her father has never called me and thanked me for allowing his daughter to stay in my house. His grandkids to stay in my house. You never called me and told me. I've never had, I'm going to tell you where I get this from. My first wife, grandmother. She didn't like me. She came to me. She called me Blackie. She said, Blackie, I want to thank you. So I looked at her. She said, I want to thank you. She said, because you could have dishonored my granddaughter. You could have walked away, but you married her. There's a song by Alicia Keys said, a real woman, no real man. See, I cannot like who you are, what you stand from, where you come from, but I got to respect that you didn't dishonor my granddaughter. How many times the people in your family that talk about me have said thank you for buying shoes for my child? Thank you, because you got family of your own. Thank you for putting a roof over my mama's head.
Yes.
The men in y'all family have never came to me. None of them.
Yes.
And have ever thanked me for what I have been to you. How many times did your son call me, thank you for being there for my mother? You don't even think it matters. It does matter. Minister Mario, your mother can call you and tell you about how other men And all your response is, that's good. And you don't think to call that man and say, thank you for being something to my loved one that I couldn't be. Providing safety and security. Oh yeah, this is what I mean by options.
Yes.
Apostle Ely has provided options. Huh? Because when Mother Susan tells me she's hot, it was me to make sure she got cool. And you did say thank you.
Come on.
Is anybody hearing me out here?
Yes.
Black women, gay, straight, there's women out here that sleep with other women. Because I got to straighten some of these niggas. I don't care how much tell your mama lick or get licked. She there for you. For all of y'all that got a problem with your mama's sexual preference, your daddy got a sexual preference too. But who there? Who there for your grandkids? So if her sexual preference doesn't stop her from being a mother and a grandmother, then why does it bother you? And you're trying to hear me just a little bit.
Yes.
She still makes sacrifices like any other woman. You can be ashamed of her preference, but you ain't ashamed of your lack of ability for being a man. 2024. I'm going through what I'm going through, but I'm winning. And I'm willing to go through these trials. Because I've seen too many other women have to get on that altar and go through these trials.
Yes, sir.
To create options.
Yes.
My family created options for me. And I'm creating options for each and every one of you in these spiritual streets that will adhere. Because I can't make you do nothing. P. Diddy ain't no different than any of my uncles or aunties. Murder in my family, I couldn't judge him if I wanted to. But what I don't like is the same thing that happened in my family. Black people love celebrating
All the time.
the downfall
Yes.
of black people. Yeah, we reap what we sow. But there's some innocent children still attached to that man.
That part. Come on.
Because when you're going through your reaping season, you're going to want somebody to consider your loved one. And when the reason I know, because I went through it myself with my family. And how nasty and disgusting the church world was to me. When I knew that my family had saved people property, when my family had bought cars and helped people do the stuff they were doing. See, when you consider an evil man or woman, people still benefit off your lifestyle. See, when people got to need Mother Susan, they don't care that you are evil. I'm going to say this, melanated people. All of y'all in this Christian faith that like to call good and evil and right and wrong and righteous, let me tell y'all something. The United States was not built off of righteousness. The United States was built off stealing land that did not belong. It was built out lying in treaties, dishonesty. All the beautiful things that you see is because they're robbing the poor to make the rich. I don't know where you get the concept. Great Britain is great because it's stolen. France is great because they have robbed Haiti. United States is great because they have raw people. What is evil? How you get up on the pulpit and preach about evil and the way that you eat is from the hand of an evil man, the evil woman. The way that you profit is making more money off of something you did not pay that for. We call it profit. Taking houses and property from the elderly. But you call P. Diddy evil. But now, there are people out there that didn't get a Ferrari. Justin Bieber thinking about how was it worth it. You gave up some ass for a Ferrari, and you got black kids out here giving up ass just for bread. I'm sorry, I don't have the sympathy. Huh? When slaves were being raped and sodomized and got nothing, their virginity was being taken from them and they got nothing, their family got nothing, and you got a Ferrari for somebody busting your chair. Seems like you came out pretty good. You came out with a career. You came out with some money. But what all about us that done been going through exactly what you went in? We ain't got nothing to show for it. Mental problems, emotional problems, and still trying to make it. Am I talking some good stuff?
Yes.
Even an evil man,
Facts.
you can still believe what you believe. You can feel how you feel. But I wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't for the sacrifice of drug dealers. So I didn't have to say that I could be a legal provider for my children. Because that's all they know me is working. But I was given options. And that's why I would never look down on a man or woman in the streets. I would never look down on you because of what you did or how you get down. Because I done seen that all in my family. And I still love them. And love ain't got nothing to do with it. And instead of we standing up for people, we help them fall even further.
Yes.
Who doing wrong don't know they doing wrong.
Yeah, right.
And you don't want to get caught for it. He ain't no different than any of us. I'm not here to justify anything. I'm just here to open your eyes before you get on a white man's wagon. Because there's a white man behind his fall. Because black people, white men were behind Bill Cosby falling. See, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to say this, and hopefully I have the strength to do it tomorrow, later on this evening. I want black people all over the globe. If you ain't never came from that world, stop talking. You don't even know what that world is like. I do. I ain't coming from as much money as he got, but I came from a lot of money. So I can speak on that. And I know how niggas is. And I know how niggas is when they don't get what they want. And they want to see you fall.
Yes, sir.
But for every nigga that are out there talking about, and I say nigga, I'm talking about black men and women that talking about P. Diddy. Why you got the information you got? The only way that you can talk the talk that you talking, that means you sit there and watch what you watch. And you were benefiting because you didn't say anything, not because you were so concerned about the other people, but because you were getting something out of the deal. And when it didn't go your way, now you want to claim to expose what's right.
Say it now.
Don't be self-righteous. Do your dirt, make your bread, but don't come self-righteous. Huh? Same thing that happened with R. Kelly. You want to lock him up, but what all about the people that benefited?
Yep.
Huh? Who was at the pool parties, the hotel? My family did all that too. But when you go down, sir, ma'am, them niggas gonna turn on you. Sir, ma'am, make sure you got you a good hoodooist, voodooist, conjurer, mystic, I had you on your side. Because if anything happened today or tomorrow, them same niggas that you turned on, don't turn on you. Because you don't have no honor among thieves. And they gonna come out here like they self-righteous and they doing it for the people. And the truth is you try to make a quick buck. You ain't nothing self-righteous. Half of these people don't care if I'm doing good or evil, they won't help. That's why you should go out there and talk about me. Because it won't matter what I was calling upon, I help you though. I know what it feels like to be called evil. But I'm out here giving good gifts to my spiritual children. And soon, my God children. But you call me evil, but I'm standing up for yours. I'm fighting for yours. I'm doing something you don't have the courage to do. I'm being honest. I want to say to every man all over this world, if you have not given thanks to some man or woman that has stood in where you have stood out, instead of talking about your baby mama, salute her. Because she ran more laps in that child's life than you did. She hung in there longer than you did. However she hung in there, she was there. Let's give God a hand praise. Once again, to my social media platform, thank you so much. I love you guys and appreciate you. And I hope you take these options for what they are. God bless.